It is truly our immense good fortune to be together in the holy dham of Sri Vrindavan to honor one of our beloved Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's very dearmost intimate associates on the day of her disappearance anniversary. Yamuna Devi. Srila Prabhupada often explained that the nature of a true Vaishnav devotee is they have the quality of Saragrahi, one who in all circumstances seeks the essence. What is that essence? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us that the essence of all knowledge, of all Vedas, of all duties is prema bhakti. Savai pungsang paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshache ahoitaki apratihata yagatma suprasidati. That the supreme dharma in all situations is loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such service must be unmotivated by any materialistic selfish desires and uninterrupted by any situation that may come before us. Srila Prabhupada defined this as unalloyed devotion. That is the essence. In practical understanding, to seek the essence is to deeply receive Srila Prabhupada's mercy and to give that mercy to others. To seek the essence means to go very, very deep. To be totally absorbed. Absorbed in our hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Going deeper and deeper in total absorption as we chant the holy names. In whatever service we do. And in all of our relationships. This quality of Saragrahi is the perfect description of Yamuna Devi. She offered unconditionally, in total absorption, her body, her mind, her heart, and her very soul in everything she did. Srila Prabhupada again and again would plead with us to take this Krishna consciousness very seriously. How Yamuna Devi took that instruction as her heart and soul in everything she did. Some examples. In 1966, she went to 26 2nd Avenue on the invitation of her sister Janaki to be there for her marriage. And Srila Prabhupada gave her the instruction, first time meeting, to help him cook. He taught her cooking. How seriously did she take that first little seed of an instruction? Not only did she become the most accomplished cook in our whole society, she wrote a cookbook called Lord Krishna's Cuisine. And with that name, her cookbook became the #1 international cookbook of the year. Her cooking became the standard of our whole society. She cooked with such meticulous precision to every single detail. I'm remembering once when I went to her home in Sharanagati for prasad, her and Yamuna Devi prepared. I think there was 6 different flavor chapatis. Each one so unique, so absolutely delicious. I didn't even know there was such thing as flavored chapatis. They were all natural, organic, and absolutely intoxicating. Her chanting of the holy names. Srila Prabhupada personally taught her to chant. In San Francisco, she would quietly just listen to Srila Prabhupada all alone chanting, write down the words to the songs, memorize the melodies. A few years ago at our Pune Yatra, she taught everybody, I think about 10 different morning melodies that Prabhupada chanted. I only thought there was one morning melody. But this is how intensely she would hear. She sang so many different versions of the morning melody exactly the way Srila Prabhupada chanted. What an absorption. And how she expressed what she received from Srila Prabhupada. When she was in London, there's a famous story. They were recording that Radha Krishna album, and George Harrison happened to hear her singing all by herself. She didn't even think anyone else was around. Bhaja Hure Mana, or Bhaja Mana Hure. It was after the recording. But George had a microphone next to her. And he said, that's going to be on the album. Her chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is perhaps the largest selling recording of the Mahamantra in the history of the world. More people listen to it. #1 song in most all of Europe. And I remember in Cross Maidan in 1971, when I first met the devotees, I came into this huge tent, and at that time Yamuna Devi was on the stage all alone, just chanting. There was only a few people in the crowd. She chanted, playing harmonium. There was no mridanga, no karatals, all alone. I had come down from Himalayas and I was attracted to absorption and meditation and all these other yogas. But when I saw her sitting there with her eyes closed, chanting these beautiful bhajans in the Mahamantra, I remember I was so deeply affected. This is love. This is real love. This is samadhi. And it was her that actually inspired me to stay all day in that tent until many hours later Srila Prabhupada appeared. George Harrison told Yamuna Devi that with your voice, I can make you the biggest female vocalist in our generation. And he meant it. And he was eager to make her a star all over the Western world. But Yamuna Devi had no interest in any of that. Srila Prabhupada was in India, and she was eager to go to India just to render humble menial service to him. Puja, or worship of the Lord. How seriously she was. I learned from Dinatarani Devi that she was at a house in Madras, and she was very attracted by the beauty of this deity of Srimati Radharani. And later she came to Vrindavan under Srila Prabhupada's instruction, and it was time to establish the Krishna Balaram temple. She went to Jaipur and gave that particular photograph and gave her own inspiration and instructions to the Murtiwala of how to make Srimati Radharani's facial expression. And today, as far as I can see, the most famous, popular deity of Srimati Radharani in all of Brajbhumi, in all of the world, is at Krishna Balaram Mandir. It was her inspiration. When she performed her puja with Dinatarani Devi of Shri Shri Radha Ban Bihari, deities that were personally given by Srila Prabhupada to her, the devotion, the love, in every detail in which they served their lordship. Unprecedented. Wherever she lived with her deities, people would go from various parts of the world to have darshan of her deities. And when they did, the standards, the decoration, the offerings, they were equal to or better than practically any ISKCON temple or any temple in the world. Many people, including myself, would go all the way to Sharanagati, which is really away from everything. Somewhere in British Columbia, Canada, just to have the darshan of Radha Ban Bihari and their most loving servants, Yamuna Devi and Dinatarani Devi. I've never experienced or seen such home worship as this. How seriously she took Prabhupada's instruction in everything.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.